PAC member Ganesh Mahipaul on the opposition's new social media program, Public Accounts and You, stated that the contingency fund is for emergency purposes, for instance, floods or a pandemic. While the government is allowed to go to the contingency fund for these purposes, it is not allowed to use unappropriated expenditure.
Another thing that the government is allowed to do by law is to take money from the contingency fund. So you're allowed to go to the contingency fund, but you're not allowed to go to the contingency fund to take money to do things that you could have put in your budget.
If the government takes finance from the contingency fund for unbudgeted items or projects, it is required to give justifiable reasons at the National Assembly, Mahipaul said.
You have to come to the National Assembly and you have to justify it and you have to answer questions, and that is what you call financial papers.
If the administration utilizes most of its budgeted funds from the fiscal plan and the year is far from over, it is obligated to make a supplementary request for additional funds. However, this can be only approved by the National Assembly, Mahipaul explained.
If you believe that you have spent and spent out all and your financial fiscal year is not over, then you can have a supplementary estimate. You can have a supplementary request where you ask for additional sums, but you don't get that unless the Assembly approves it.
According to him, the government seems to be out of order in relation to matters of transparency and accountability. The government's absence from the Public Accounts Committee 12 consecutive times is testimony of its alleged failure to answer how taxpayers' monies are spent, he posited. He accused the government of indulging in a spending spree without following the tenets of accountability and transparency.
And they don't recognize that they are servants to the people and they ought to provide answers to the people because it is the people who they must account to.
Antonio Day reporting for the AGP Nightly News.